have you participated in Aquaman 2?
I have.
And tell us about that.
I had to I fought really hard to stay in the movie. They didn't want to include me in the film.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. Were you ultimately able to get to film in Aquaman 2?
A very pared down version of that role, yes.
Okay. What, if anything, changed in the script?
They took away a lot of...
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I think she can
Lack of
testify.
foundation.
Overruled as the script.
Go ahead.
I was given a script and then given new versions of the script that had taken away scenes that had action in it, that depicted my character and another character without giving any spoilers away. You know, they're two characters fighting with one another, and they basically took a bunch out of my role. They just removed a bunch out.
And what, if any, leverage did you have to negotiate a higher salary beyond the $2 million?
Objection, speculation.
I'll sustain the objection.
What, if any, effort did you make to negotiate a higher salary for your participation?
I couldn't renegotiate my contract.
It appears David Zaslav, the savior of DC Films, couldn't have come in at a better time. As we know, it's now called Warner Bros. Discovery, but there's a lot of drama behind the scenes with multiple projects to do with DC Films, and I think there's a lot of misleading information out there. So yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? What's you here? If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, pop culture based content we do on a weekly. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be great. Turn the notification bell on, comment, etc. Be cool. Check us out on Instagram at WashJew. We are so close to 23,000 followers over there, and you can see what the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice looks like. Also, check us out on Twitter, WashJewG. I've got like 100 followers. So, you've seen in the clip played before, Amber Heard confirmed that Warner Brothers tried to remove her from the movie, but they didn't get their way, so they've shortened her massive roll down, which is interesting because if you take away Amber Heard from the role, Mira is one of DC's greatest female characters. She can go toe-to-toe with Wonder Woman. Mira is a freaking badass. Hurry up and recast her. So, Aquaman 2, Mira, Amber Heard, remove her. It's got up to 4.2 million signatures. That is absolutely insane. So, full credit to Small Screen, who ran an article saying allegedly Amber Heard's role would be squashed and she would get a much lesser role, and they were pretty true. I mean, Amber Heard, as you see in the clip, she doesn't go into detail because it's like hearsay. She didn't actually get to see why, but I presume it was Walter Hamada that tried to remove her from the project. It's almost like Warner Brothers knew that a massive backlash was coming as soon as this went to trial, and it appears they want nothing to do with her. It appears L'Oreal's dropped her. She can't get any work. She's done a small independent movie. Damn, it seems like everyone doesn't believe Amber Heard anymore, and it seems like everyone's team Johnny Depp. Let's make Johnny Depp the Joker in the Batman. That'll be fantastic. That will be great. So it appears maybe the leaked rumor from the test screening is real. Maybe Mira's character in Aquaman 2 is just gonna have Arthur Curry's Aquaman's son, and that'll be it. But if you know where the storyline's going, Black Manta's gonna kill the Arthur Curry's son, and it's gonna be very sad. I think they should just recast Mira, because if the rumor's true, she's only got 10 minutes. Bring in Emilia Clarke. Bring in anyone. I can't put myself up for this role because I'm not a female. I'm male, so I can't put myself up for this role. But it is fascinating now. All these details are coming out, and it turns out maybe Johnny was right. I have to say maybe because obviously the court case isn't over, but all the evidence suggests Johnny didn't do anything wrong. So David Zaslav, the savior of Warner Brothers as a whole company. It's not just about DC, it's about the whole of Warner Brothers. You know, they're the company behind Harry Potter. They had a fantastic legacy before they got screwed over. So in an interview with pucknews.com, I believe it was. David Zaslav wants to remake Warner Brothers to have a similar structure to Disney with separate entities with individual creative leaders for each division, like DC, New Line, and Animation, who all report to a film boss overseeing everything. Now, what's interesting here is David Zaslav knows he is not creative. He knows he can't be like, I hate to say this, he knows he can't be Warner Brothers Kevin Feige. So he wants to bring people in that can do it, and he wants to split it up. So in theory, he wants a DC division, which will be fantastic. But no, I do not want Jim Lee or Zack Snyder or Deborah Snyder to be head of DC. They are all creative people. They are not leaders. Yes, sure, I believe the Snyderverse will be restored, but Zack Snyder or Deborah Snyder, as cool as they are, Jim Lee do not need to head this. So that is fantastic. So it's looking like they're going to bring Alan Horn back, but not to be in charge. So Alan Horn, absolute legend. But Horn said in a recent interview with Puck News that chats have gone further and that discussed the possibility of bringing him to help the company. This will be more in a consultative capacity, like an advisor, a short-term assignment, but probably not an executive role. This would be cool. It really would be. As you know, Horn's over 70. He can't really come in to take over the whole of Warner Bros. Discovery from a film point of view. That wouldn't make any sense. But if you're a DC fan, this is freaking fantastic. It seems like they want to get their shiz together and be more of a cohesive company and run different studios differently. Like New Line and DC should always be ran differently. DC Films is DC Films. New Line is New Line. So if you're a Snyderverse fan, if you're a DC fan, if you're just a fan of what DC have done previously, or if you're a fan of like the Harry Potter, there's so many big franchises that Warner Brothers has. It's looking like Zaslav will make the whole of Warner Bros. Discovery great again. Also, in the news. Now, I find this funny. Black Adam producer Hiram Garcia says the VFX backlog is to blame for the movie being delayed till October. I don't believe you. Why not? Because the movie was originally supposed to come out in July. They're doing reshoots now. It's now May. So if you're saying if there wasn't a VFX backlog, reshoots would have happened much, much sooner and they still would have got the movie out in July. No, it test screened okay. It didn't test screen very well. They want this movie to do great. It's a Dwayne Johnson rock movie. It's got to bang $1 billion because any property attached to Dwayne Johnson has to hit $1 billion or else it's classed as a flop. So I'm not buying this VFX issue the same way that The Flash was delayed due to VFX. From what I've heard, they're not even doing the VFX on The Flash and they're way behind and they could end up redoing a bunch of the movies. So yeah, I'm not buying this excuse. Black Adam will open in theaters with complete VFX October. Let's hope it does because I got a big, massive expectation for $7 working with them. Also, we have the DC Legend of the Super Pets coming out in July. That's going to be freaking fantastic. And I think a lot of people are sleeping on that, but I don't think you should. So also in the news, I don't have a Production Weekly account, so I don't know if this is confirmed or anything, but it does appear that filming for HBO Max Green Lantern series will last 4 months starting in September going through December. So maybe the Green Lantern series I don't really care about because it's been in production for the longest time possible. It was the reason why we couldn't get the real Green Lantern in Zack Snyder's Justice League, even though no one will get confused because that's kind of done with over a year ago now. Literally made no sense why we couldn't have that in there, but I guess it is what it is. So it isn't just Ezra Miller embarrassing DC. Amber Heard is, and it's almost like they knew this shitstorm was coming. So it is very fascinating, very fascinating. The test screening for The Flash seems to go better, but why are people talking about Batman and Supergirl when the movie's called The Flash? Realistically, people should be like, yo, The Flash was great in The Flash. Not talking about Supergirl. As cool as it's going to be to see Sasha Galley Supergirl. Why are you talking about Supergirl in a Flash movie, and why are you talking about Batman in a Flash movie? So also in the news, did you all see the hit piece by Humberto Gonzalez when he basically tried to call out the Zack Snyder's Justice League Oscar for the fan moment? The Academy has fired back. Because if you read the article, you got to understand, Humberto said there was no Snyder Cut. It seems to have some kind of agenda. And the Academy have hit back, saying there was things in places so they couldn't do that. When pressed on potential inaccuracies by Vanity Fair, however, the Academy stood strong by the data for the Justice League being legitimate. Came out on top saying the system counted for banned and suspicious account from voting, so they couldn't do it. So whatever this agenda was to try and, deter this away, just face it. The Zack Snyder's Justice League movie was successful. People loved it. I don't really get what this agenda is. This agenda against the Snyder Cut. Even if we don't get, say, Justice League 2 and 3, either way, Zack Snyder's Justice League was successful. It really was. I don't see why these trade. I do see why, because they obviously have relationships with studios, but it works better for Warner Bros. Discovery if they just admit Zack Snyder Justice League was successful, like they have done so many times. It's just getting ridiculous. Also in the news, there is a new behind-the-scenes image from the Suicide Squad movie 2016 featuring Scott Eastwood's character. So it appears to me that David Ayer cut for Suicide Squad will be coming out this year for sure. So we have got the Warner Bros. Discovery Day coming out. For some reason, people seem to think the Snyderverse will be restored either tomorrow on the 18th or on the 20th. Set your expectations low, but Zack Snyder keeps teasing things, doesn't he? Now, I'm not going to go down this conspiracy theory rabbit hole. So there's an image that Zack Snyder posted of him playing ping pong, and the caption was ping pong. Now, people seem to think this is negotiations with him and Warner Bros. Or the Snyderverse going back and forth with it being restored, not being restored. Personally, I don't think it means anything. I know Zack said he doesn't post things without subliminal messages, but seriously, posting an image of him playing ping pong, make of it what you will, but I do find it pretty interesting. Very interesting. So guys, let me know, what do you think? Should Amber Heard be replaced as Mira? Mira is a very important character to the Aquaman franchise, so going forward there will need to be a new Mira. The fact that they wouldn't give her a pay rise, they tried to squash her role, took out an action scene with her and another female actress. They were gonna have a badass fight. Mira is a badass warrior, not all about the actor, more about the character. Also, let me know, what do you think about this fluff piece where it says, oh, the reason they delayed Black Adam was because of VFX? No, the reason is it didn't test screen that well, but The Rock did put an image up, didn't he, of him flying? Who is he looking at? Are they going to add Henry Cavill Superman to a post-credit scene or ending scene? Because they know that movie would freaking bang if that is the case. And it looks like they could be starting production on HBO Max Green Lantern series in September, potentially, and that is cool. And that is it for the DC Roundup. I'm very happy what Zaslav is doing. Hurry up and make DC Studios. That is a great shout. That is a really good shout. And remember, M'Baku was wrong. There was things in places for the Oscar cheer moment, and it still stands. The Oscars stood behind Zack Snyder's Justice League because it was that freaking good. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at WarStew. We are so close to 23,000 subscribers, and you can see a beautiful face behind a beautiful voice. Also check us out on Twitter, WarStewG, and I will catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch you later.